buddy Eric, N1JUR here. Yep, it is now 2026 here. And I didn't get a chance to post something yet, but wanted to first and foremost say welcome into the new year. And I think the wife and I and the dog, as you can kind of see there in the background, are here at our favorite beach that we love hanging out with, our pups here. And so I'm going to do a quick top 10 here of some of my favorite videos, because I think one things that I can learn as a content creator is to share some of my favorite videos with you so I can get better, and maybe you've got a couple of your own. So I'm going to throw the challenge out. Go ahead and post down in the comments, what videos did you like on the channel last year from all the back catalog there, and let me know. But we're going to start the countdown here. And we'll start with my first two. Number one spot is the 3 things I learned when doing a POTA activation. Digital Rancher Rob came up to our neck of the woods and we did a POTA together. Learned a lot. It was fun to hang out with him. It was a great opportunity there. And we did some, a lot of things that we mistake-wise could have and did learn from. But bottom line is we made the contacts, got that park activated, and I got to meet a real cool guy, and hopefully looking forward to one time soon to head down to Texas to hang out with Rob myself. So yeah, that is number 1 slot. Number 2 for me was a day in the life of a ham radio family, and if you watch that video, you probably got a little bit of a glimpse of my family life and ham radio and how it all intertwines. Definitely a fun experience and great to get my family involved. Even though, they hemmed and hawed and gave me a hard time, they, at the very end, I think enjoyed it. They also gave me a hard time about the fact that production quality could have been a little bit better. So we'll maybe take another stab at that in 2026.
You know what? I think I'd rather just go home and grab my HF gear and do a POTA.
Just kidding.
And then number 3, this one's a newer one, but I have to say when I kind of created Brew and Activate, I didn't know how it would be received, as there's always a lot of great POTA content out there by people that know way more than I do about the POTA program, ham radio, and just are out there doing it a heck of a lot more. And I aspire to them all the time. But when I sat down, I was like, there's no content out there for folks that are, maybe asking or begging the questions about how to do certain things, or how do you deal with, an agitated ranger, all of those things. And so I sat down and kind of cobbled together using a little bit of AI magic and some of my thoughts, and came up with Brew and Activate. Now it has been awesome. There have been we've changed from Sundays to Friday mornings. I know not a lot of people can always make it, but you guys have always given me awesome feedback and always are asking for more content. And so, yeah, we have things like the podcast that, kind of comes out of the shows. And now I've got a great co-host, Shannon, and she is a super great person, loves POTA just as much as I do, and is always willing to, give me a hard time every once in a while. So I'm totally excited to have her as a co-host, and she definitely makes the show that much better. So yeah, number 3 for me is definitely Brew and Activate. So I thank you guys all that support the show and are there week after week. And we'll keep it going until you guys tell me to stop. So next, coming in at number 4 is my video on the crazy camp out that we called the 24-hour POTA. I am totally blown away every day how much folks love to listen to Live Frainham, love to interact with all of us over there, the hosts, Todd, I, and Grouch. We are so, I have to say blessed, but at the same time, so ecstatic that, people want to hear what we have to say, love the content that we're putting out. And the 24-hour POTA was a resounding success. I was blown away by all of the people that contributed and were part of it, that helped out both in and throughout the whole entire weekend. Even though the rain kind of squashed a little bit of the event, it didn't dampen anybody's spirits, and everybody was totally ecstatic, love hanging out. It was always fun, and yeah, definitely a lot of great memories. So that is number 4. And then number 5 comes in. This was the Vegetarian Vibes video. If you remember, somewhere on the clubhouse, we'll say Izzo decided to, ask Grouch if I was a vegetarian for some reason. I don't know, maybe I was giving him a vibe that I only ate vegetables or whatever. Well, I ended up, deciding to run with that a little bit here. And so, you know what I did? Well, I created the vegetarian video, and in it, I decided to incorporate Father's Day briskets at the time to basically let Izzo and others know that, I am 100%, not a vegetarian. I love a good brisket, but you learned, or maybe learned more about vegetarian brisket than you probably ever wanted to. So this is one of my favorite videos. This was the Cape Cod adventure video with Walt and Grouch. We had ventured on down, my wife and I and the dog, down to the Cape to go activate Marconi's famous site, and met up with Walt, K4OGO, YouTuber of Coastal Wave and Wires, and Grouch, N1OG, and had a blast. It was really cool to hang out with Walt, make contacts, just be, personable. And then we got to go eat some really great seafood, get Walt's experience, talk about life, and just make really good friendship. And that was one of my greatest and fondest videos. And we're on number 7 here. This is one of my favorite ones. We finally got an attempt to start to build a portable battery box. I saw a lot of them out there on the internet, built by a lot of different hams. They were all using the Harbor Freight case. I wanted something a little different. I think when I built this video, I pretty much applied the buy once, cry once rule. So I think overall, it was one of my first battery box builds. I'm definitely gonna probably do a few more in the future. The plan, I think, will be more kind of strategic, but this was a fun one. I enjoyed putting it all together. I hope you guys did, and a few people learned a lot. It was kind of in the dawn and the height of all these battery boxes out there, so I really didn't see a whole lot of views, traction from it. But yeah, check it out. I think overall I'm quite happy with it. I've been using it here, every once in a while. Now that I've got a battery here in the car, truck here, I am probably using it a little less. But I'm gonna try to incorporate it more in a lot of my activations in the future. Maybe even take it camping there. So number 8 was my first tattoo. I have to say, my daughter, who I put through at 18 that she wanted to get her first tattoo, has got me hooked, and I said I was going to do it at 50. And so I took you through that journey. and it was fun, man. I have to say I am hooked, and those that are tattoo folks themselves know that once you do your first one, you just never stop. So I do have a couple more designs in the future. Always interested in seeing people's of their own and why they do it. So if you saw mine, you'll realize some of the elements. And I became one of those statistics. Bottom line was I've got my call sign on my arm, so it's forever ingrained. I am forever N1JUR. And so I'm happy with it. I'm so glad I did it. It was an awesome experience, and definitely going to continue to do more in the future. So if you want to fund that, hey, become a member, subscribe to my Patreon. But yeah, all kidding aside, that was a great experience. It's really cold here. We're at our last stop. Number 10 slot for me is going to be the soda adventure I did with Grouch and Keith and a bunch of other great guys in our club. That was our first kind of foray into hiking. And it was just a very short hike. It was Pac Monadnock, which really, is not terrible even with snow. But we had some great fun. There was a lot of contacts to be had. And so I learned a lot, figured out what I needed to do when it came to my hiking setup and experience. So I'm hoping to do more. I know Grouch has moved on to Florida there, so he's in warmer climate. But I'm going to try to do a little bit more winter hiking maybe in 2026 with the goal to do more of that in the future. But as I freeze my fingers off here, I hope you enjoyed all of these videos. And, you have, if you've got a few of your own, for sure, share them with me in the comments below. Love to see what videos spark creativity and interest in you guys to go out and do stuff in the ham radio world. And I'm going to stop yapping because my fingers are starting to really freeze up here. And thank you guys again for being part of the channel, as it is always fun to just, do what I'm doing here. So thank you guys for giving me that opportunity to be able to do that. And looking forward to doing more of that in 2026 here as well. So if you haven't already, and this is the first time catching a video, make sure you like, subscribe, be part of my membership if you want to help support the channel, as I've got a lot more great videos I'm going to be releasing, for my members only. And hopefully, oh my gosh, this wind is cutting. So with that, 7-3 POTA on.